So you're curious about Leiper's Fork. Well, today we are going to take a video tour and show you around Leiper's Fork. And one of the reasons we like to do this kind of thing is because we want to show you the places that are off the beaten path, the unique places, the places not everybody may have heard of around Nashville, but even if you have, it's still kind of fun to come check it out. So it all starts right now. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel, I want to say thanks for stopping by. We are a real estate team and we love helping clients learn where to live in Nashville and around the whole Middle Tennessee area. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we want to help you connect all the dots so you can make that right move. Hey, this is Clay with the Kelton Group. Paul, Tucker, the team, and I, we get contacted daily with questions about moving to Nashville, and we love it. So if you have anything that you're curious about, you can send us a text, an email, or a call, and we'd love to help you make that smooth move to Nashville. All right, so today we are touring Leiper's Fork. So when I think of Leiper's Fork, to me, it's one of those places that I don't go to all the time, but I do have some friends that live in Leiper's Fork, and so I do enjoy going out there whenever something comes up. It's kind of one of those things where if you're a Nashvilleian, you almost forget about Leiper's Fork because it's off the beaten path a little bit, but it's one of those places that's super special and intriguing and fun to go, just even to go drive to. Just the drive alone is like peaceful, relaxing, and so where it is, you're about 30 minutes from Brentwood, you're about 15 minutes west of downtown Franklin, and it's not on the way to anything, and so it's kind of more of a destination kind of place. But what does it feel like? Well, just driving through the area, it's like massive farm after massive farm, long fence rows, birds of prey, you might see some wildlife. Like, it's just a cool, gives you a cool feeling to drive out here. Lots of rolling hills, big views. Yeah, it's hard to describe, but it's just kind of a fun place to come to. So, Old Hillsborough Road will get you there, 96, Old Hillsborough Road, and then also to 840 to the south. But historic Leiper's Fork itself is one of those. It's a small stretch of historic properties that have really been preserved. There was one main player, I think it was Aubrey Preston, came and made an effort to preserve this really old kind of strip, and it's a small strip, like you blink and you will miss it. But they've done a good enough job with preserving it and creating galleries, restaurants, live music, wine, on the river, and different artisans and kind of home goods, and just kind of unique, kind of celebrating the craftsmanship of different things. And so it's created an environment that people want to come to, and you'll see the historic tours of downtown Franklin will come over here and do a pass through, and you'll see people making little day trips or staying in an Airbnb nearby just to kind of come check it out and enjoy it. So it's a special place. It's worth knowing about. It's worth visiting, and it may be worth living here, depending on what you're looking for. So let's go check it out. All right, so I'm out here today with Tucker, and we are in historic Leiper's Fork, and we're just kind of exploring and wanting to show what it's like here. And so we're actually at this property that's Wine in the Fork, or Wine on the Fork, and this is a really cool spot. This is a very neat setting. There's tables, fire pits, chairs, running water, string lights going across the water. So neat spot, but just wanted to talk a little bit about, Tucker, let's just talk about what's Leiper's Fork. Help us understand the context and kind of what does somebody who's not been here need to know about Leiper's Fork? How would you frame it up?
Great question. I think a couple of things is, one, this is more of a rural setting. We really start from the middle of downtown Franklin, which has that hometown feel. Looks like a Hallmark commercial or a video.
That's right.
And when we get out here, we're a little bit more equestrian. Just has that warm feeling, almost like you should be here for Christmas or be here for Thanksgiving.
Right.
And so that's what I like about it. It feels like a little getaway. I mean, we're not that far from the city. We're very close to anything that we might need, but it's just a nice way to reset and just see in a different part of the world. So if you are looking for property that might be a little bit bigger than normal, big fence,
acreage,
maybe you have horses or any type of other animals. Chickens are a big deal here in Nashville. And so any of that with a home, this might be a great spot for you. If you're looking for a little less land, I think that we need to go back to a conversation of something near Franklin. And then if you're looking for more of a zero lot line, but a lot of community, really close to a lot of your friends, that's where we would go back to a West Haven, where we have a video discussing all those pieces.
Yeah, that's right. You know, when I think of Leiper's Fork, to me, it's the kind of place, if you're a Nashvilleian, you almost forget about it. It's kind of one of those places where you might go once or twice or 3 times a year, and they've got a live music piece, and it just has that quaint kind of throwback, and it's off the beaten path again. It's more of a destination than it is on the way to anything, and so it's just far enough out of the way where it's not overrun. You know, there's a tourist element, I think, but it's just it keeps it, there's a quaintness to it. There's definitely a super historic, it's almost like that you got historic, like when I think of historic, I think of like 1920s 30s neighborhoods. This is like the historic before that. This is like 50, 100 years even before that probably. And so it's almost definitely unique. It's worth knowing about. And I think for somebody who desires, like you said, some of those different elements that they may not want to be in the hustle and bustle, but they still have good taste and appreciate nice things, you get a lot of that out here in Leiper's.
Oh, and also, it's not that hard to get here.
Agreed. Yeah. You know, again, we're about 10 minutes west of downtown Franklin, 10 to 15 minutes west. And since they completed 840, gosh, there's another, you can get there from the south as well. It used to be just having to drive all the 2-lane roads everywhere, but just driving out here is worth it. I love just driving out here, coming down Old Hillsborough Road. It's just, you just see amazing farms the whole drive out here. Even coming out 96 and the Natchez Trace Bridge, like that's worth driving to. It's just cool. So it's not far from here, and so I love coming out here. Every time I come out here, it just is, it's just special, man. I just love it.
Absolutely.
What else? We want to talk about anything else?
No, I think when we break down Williamson County, we have several different pieces. We've got Brentwood. It's a little bit more of a city piece. You have a lot of retail there, easy access to get into Nashville, about a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
When we move south from there, we hit Cool Springs. You have the mall, and then you have all those retail pieces that complement that area.
Yeah.
Of course, you also have a lot of corporate headquarters right there. So you have a lot of people that are living in those types of neighborhoods to get to that part of Cool Springs. We move just a hair south from there, we really hit that historic Franklin, that neat feel, more warm, and then we move out from the suburbs there where we have the West Havens and the Carlisles, these really neat communities that were well thought out.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about West Haven, there's no power lines anywhere.
Right, that's right.
Is very well developed. And then we move out here to Leiper's, where it's a little bit more rural, a little bit more equestrian.
Yeah. And you may see this, a lot of people may see this as kind of a getaway from all those other things. And so that, you know, you have some, you know, country music stars with farms out here and a celebrity aspect that's definitely in play. Justin Timberlake owns a property here in downtown Leiper's. I believe that's an Airbnb, and he stays in when he's here. He also has a big farm a couple miles away from here. I think it's a couple 100 acres. So you get that celebrity, it's attracted celebrity money, and with some of the properties that you'll see, you'll understand why. So with that, let's keep touring around.
Let's keep going.
All right, so just to kind of give you an idea of what downtown Leiper's is, of course you see some of the footage, but you know what I keep seeing is old tractors and really old buildings. I think the idea is just historic and old and history and kind of, you know, what is that, how does that make people feel is kind of what I think about. You know, the historic properties are really, really cool, but I think everything is like embracing, to me, what do you think, Tucker? But to me, it's like just embracing the historic
Yeah.
and the appreciation of, most people appreciate things that are really old, you know?
Well, they do. I think everybody longs for a different time from back in the day, because when
Yeah.
you think about this place, it really brings back almost like small town childhood memories.
Man, yeah, it takes you back somewhere. That's the spirit of Leipers is that right there.
Yeah.
We got like a live cat over here. We got bicycles. You know, you got the water piece. And I think you have people stopping by. I think we're a little bit before the crowd right now today, but I think this place will probably get really busy around lunch, and especially lunch and dinner. You got a Creekside Crossing trading post. This is probably what was at one time an actual trading post. And then of course, Fox and Lock, where we'll probably stop in and get some lunch, and you can come and get the live music fix at night. All right, let's keep rolling. All right, so I just had a lunch at Fox and Lock. You know, it's a meat and 3. I technically had a meat and 2 as per the recommendation from the waitress, and I was full. It was perfect. And I tell you what, almost all the menu items were barbecue in various forms. I had the barbecue and the cauliflower casserole, which was, I would give it probably a 10 out of 10. It was incredible. And it had the baked beans, and it was really, really great. Also had my favorite go-to drink, which is a third unsweet, a third sweet, and a lemonade, so tea and lemonade mixed together to wash it down. And it was man, it was awesome. And you know, as we got there early, like right at when it opened at 11, and there was like nobody there. But I tell you what, by 11:30 the place is rolling. There's lots of people in there. They got music coming on. I got a feeling it's not the sleepy place that you may think it is if you show up here early. Also found out they have live music Wednesday through Sunday nights, and it fills up and gets to capacity almost every night. Thursday night is open mic night. There's lots of people putting out new music and a lot of talented artists showing up here. So this is really the spot, you know, formerly known as Puckett's, but it's got the stage and the music. It's all about the music and the food and good times over here at Fox and Lock. A couple other notes about Leiper's Fork. If you come at night or when it is busier, parking may be a little more of a challenge. It's definitely a stop for lots of people visiting the area in general, visiting Franklin, a little day trip, come out for a little dinner. So be prepared for that. And you know, it's just a neat place. I think it's worth checking out. I would encourage you to come for lunchtime earlier so you don't have problems with getting parking or getting into places. On nice days in the summertime when it's warm out, it's going to be super busy. There's going to be people all over the place. So be prepared for that. Just want to say thanks for coming along on our video tour today around Leiper's Fork, just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And you know, again, we're just trying to help people connect dots with where to live, what the life is like here in Nashville. And so whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we'd love to help you connect all the dots so you can make that right move. Till next time, hope to show you around town.